up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I hope you like this video. This is Growing Up Hip Hop Season 6, Episode 3. So, start this episode off. We're down in Miami. We got JoJo with Angela. And they basically just talking about Angela moving to Miami, what made her move to Miami. He was like, I was talking to you last week about moving to Miami, and what did you say to me? Nah, I don't want to go down there with the hurricanes. And, Angela was trying to convince us that this has always been her dream and it don't have nothing to do with this dude. And he eventually got her to admit that old boy is down there and that might have something to do with it. And, and then she was just like, no, JoJo, no. But, steadily got that cheese the whole time. So then JoJo lets us know that he is interested in having a party for his wife because, it's been a year since they've been married. Their anniversary actually, happened while they were really in the, in COVID. They couldn't really celebrate like they wanted to. And with them having the miscarriage and everything, they really want to, he wants to have a party. So we introduce a new character, which is, Uncle Luke's daughter. She is a party planner, and of course she's down in Miami, and so he's going to reach out to her and get her to plan the party. So we're going to meet her later on in the episode. Then we have, we're in the studio with Egypt and Sam, Savannah, what's her name? I be calling her Savannah, but her name not Savannah, child. It's spelled like Savannah, but it ain't pronounced like Savannah. But anyway, Stevie J's daughter, Savannah, she's there, and so Sam ends up texting Boogie like, yo, Savannah here, you might want to get through here, and check her out. So of course Boogie ends up, he comes through and they get to talking. And Boogie invites her to dinner. And Sam called himself playing matchmaker and stuff. Talking about something, so y'all go together now. And they was like, whoa, player, we ain't even been on a date yet. Like, what are you talking about? We not dating. We don't go together. We going on a date. And Savannah said something in her confessional about basically, if Biggie want to get with her, he better be coming with some good money because, you got to have money to date her. That's what she has said. Then we fly to New York, and we see TT with Tyran and the baby. They're up on the rooftop, and Tyran is letting her know that he's having the opening for his school. And he lets us know that Peppa really helped him get the money together and put everything in place for him to be able to open up the school. And so we're happy for that. He talks to TT about what's going on with the family and about them, trying to get, get the family back together. And TT was like, yeah, I'm good. I'm not interested. I'm happy with the way things are. I don't need to do all of that. It is what it is. And so he has a plan that he's going to play this, that old school. I'm going to invite both of y'all to show up at the same time. And hopefully y'all going to meet and y'all going to miraculously click. Anyway, so we fly back to LA. And we have Brianna and Lil Twist meeting up at the park, having a little outdoor little situation. And we find out he sort of rehashes what happened down in Vegas with her. And we find out why she's mad at Boogie. Because, her and Boogie were really cool. And, she's got a problem with Boogie, and so we're figuring out why. So the reason why she's mad at Boogie is because Boogie, the scene from last season when Sam and Egypt was like talking about Brianna and going off and talking about her like a dog, she was like, Boogie didn't really defend her. And she was like, if that's supposed to be my friend, like, at least say, look, don't, at the very least you could say, look, y'all, that's my girl and I don't even want to be a part of this conversation. But he just sat there and let them like dog her out. And she was like, that's not what a friend does. That's not what a friend does. We also found out that Lil Twist has introduced Brianna to pickles and Kool-Aid. Now, I have seen that before. I have seen people who, remember the little Fun Dip back in the day, which basically all Fun Dip was Kool-Aid. I've seen people with the Fun Dip and the pickles. So I have seen that before. I have never tried it myself. It does not look like something that, interests me, but I absolutely have seen, people do it. Okay. So, then we see, Stevie J playing basketball with his son, and they're having this whole conversation trying to figure out what does the baby girl do. She's got this apartment that's $6,000 a month, and she's shopping, and she's on Instagram flexing for the gram. And so, of course, they're making a big deal about what it is that she does and how she makes her money. And again, like I said in my first review, I feel like they pushing that narrative a little bit too hard, only for us to find out that, you know, she working in some top secret lab making $50,000 a week or something crazy. I don't know. Later on in the episode, they go by her apartment. They do a little drive-by by her apartment and Stevie J, and they try to get her to tell them, well, what is she doing, what's she doing? And she was like, y'all don't need to worry about it. All y'all need to worry about is the fact that I ain't asking y'all for no money and that I'm good. And she even goes to her purse and pulls out cash, stacks and stacks of money. And, of course, Stevie J is like, but, like, for real, like you my daughter. Like, you're not, like, you know, hoeing. He said it nicer than that, but that's basically what he was asking her. And, you know, she was like, no, you don't need to worry about what I'm doing. Just know that I'm good and know it's not illegal. That's all she kept telling them was, just know that it's not illegal. Just know that it's not illegal. So, you know what? At this point, the girl says she good and that it ain't illegal. If you like it, I love it. Whatever it is whatever it is as far as I'm concerned. Okay? Angela and her boo thing, he has to go into the bubble. Somebody, you know, he's training and someone has contracted COVID down in the area where he's training, so they all have to go into the bubble. And so he has his last sparring match before the match, and he's not gonna be able to her and JoJo thought that they were gonna be able to come to the sparring match, but they're not gonna be able to come. And so she was a little disappointed, and she was also saying that it's been really hard, that she can't see him when she wants to see him, even though she's right there in town with him, and that's been a little bit stressful for her, and that, you know, she just don't have a whole lot of patience. I feel like that conversation that she had with her assistant was the setup for the breakup, but whatever, I don't know. Because, you know, rumor is they ain't together no more. So I think that conversation was put in later. And that conversation was the setup for the breakup. Because it didn't even seem to match. But, okay. Whatever. Um, then we had... What happened next? Oh. Then we had Pepper, who was in New York for Tyran, the opening of Tyran's studio. I mean, his school. We see her meeting up with her sister. Listen. I'm trying to be polite. You know how in families, like, you have, like, the oldest, like, we know it's a bunch of them, but just follow my example. Just follow what I'm saying here, y'all. Follow me. You know how you have the one sister who did everything right? That would be TT's mama. TT's mama got the PhD, and she's a lawyer. Well, not a PhD. She's a lawyer, right? She's a lawyer, and she's, like, running Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? Then we had the other sister, who would be Pepper, a.k.a. Sandy, who became the superstar. Then we got the other sister, who looked like she went the hard way. Y'all following me? Are you following me? Let me know in the comments if you follow what I just said. Well, anyway, they down to the pool hall, and this sister is letting Pepper know that TT need to come up off her high horse because TT got some things she dealing with too, and TT got she got some stuff in her, some things in her, some skeletons in her closet, and she need to not be on her little high horse acting like she know everything. Well, listen, I'm not gonna drag this out. Basically, what the sister is saying is that TT's boyfriend done cheated on her multiple times, and she got her own shit to worry about, so she need to stop worrying about Sam and Egypt. But here's what I find very interesting. I feel like I ain't heard TT saying nothing about Sam and Egypt since last season. I feel like she just exited herself from the situation. So we're down at the opening, well, not the opening, but, you know, we're meeting down to Tyran's school, and Pepper shows up and TT is there, and neither one of them knew that the other one was gonna be there. So of course they are both surprised to see the other one. Now TT is just not here for it. She ain't here for it. She not happy with Tyran. She not happy with the fact that, like, why did you set me up? And I don't want, I did, like, don't do this. Don't play these games with me. Like, I don't do that. First of all, it's COVID, and I don't want to be around a bunch of people who be everywhere. That's first of all. Second of all, you already know that I wasn't trying to be here like that. Like, I wasn't trying to be around her. Don't be playing these games with me. And so then, Pepper was like, well, what do I don't even know. How's the baby doing? And TT was like, baby, fine. Well, I mean, what is the baby to me? Like, I mean, is it my niece? Is it my little cousin? I mean, what is it? And TT was like, well, Tyran calls. I've been saying that that's Uncle Tyran. Even though technically, if TT is your niece, then it's your great niece. Like, it ain't that fucking complicated, Pepper. If TT is your niece and she has a child, then you are that child's great aunt. It ain't that like, you don't need Google for that. But TT said, well, you're the person that my child, you're the person that's a stranger to my child. Pepper wasn't here for that. She was just like, and she acted like she was really offended. But my thing is, if you've never met the child and you've never seen the baby other than through Instagram, you are a stranger. That's what you are. Now, I mean, did TT put a little stank on it? Sure she did. Of course she put a little stank on it. But at the end of the day, y'all not in a good place. And just because Tyran finagled a situation where y'all are in the same room at the same time, it does not mean that y'all are going to become friends and make up and everything is going to be cool. Honey, TT took a hard left and got up out that thing real quick. Okay, she picked up her mink and she rolled D-fuck out. Okay. We see JoJo and Angela meet up with the party planner, with Luke's daughter. We find out that her and Luke don't have the best relationship. And they basically talk about the kind of party that they want to have, and all that good stuff. She said that she wants to try to build a better relationship with her father, but that just ain't where they are right now, And then last but not least, we see Pepper go back home with the sister. She done took the sister with her to give Egypt the information about TT's backyard not being clean and her having, her husband, fiance having multiple affairs, child. So anyway, that's what it is. Now, I don't know whether it's true or not, but this is how I feel about the situation. If the man cheated on TT and TT decided to stay with him, that's between her and TT and that baby. As far as, and maybe people say the same thing about TT sticking her nose in the situation with Sam. That's fine. Feel the way you feel about that too. But at the end of the day, I don't see what the big deal is. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think, honey. Drop it in those comments. Peace.